You ever have one of those days where you center the camera on your screen even though it doesn't actually make any difference to the final product? You just don't like looking at a different spot because you're weird. So on that note, I'm out of content. Haven't had anything really going on for a little bit, which is going to change. But I've had backups to do before we can play with the Surfer some more. So I'm put together a pickups video, I guess. Acquisitions, pickups, whatever you want to call it. We'll discuss the games that I've added to the collection recently. Went out today and got a couple pieces. Been having some thrift store pieces. So this will cover probably the last month. And I'm up to 276 games in the collection now, which is awesome, along with 22 consoles. So let's just get into it. Some of these are completely random. Found them for $1 and they're kind of cool. Others are stuff that's actually good quality or a good price or something that is going to be very hard to find in the future. Like today I found a copy of the Mario Strikers for GameCube for $60. And like Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver are in the hundreds, when we literally couldn't get rid of those when I worked at GameStop when they came out. Same thing with Diamond and Pearl. Like I remember Diamond and Pearl being $17.99, complete with the original case and instructions and all of that stuff. And we just sit on them until Thanksgiving came, and then we wouldn't see them again for 3 months. But so we were up at a Goodwill, and I've actually been having pretty decent thrift luck. So we have Big Box Monopoly Casino. This is a Windows 95-98 game. CD-ROM Windows 95-98. So it's not like it's something that's really setting anything on fire, but it is a Windows mid-90s Windows 9X Big Box, and it's in really nice shape, and it was $1. So I think that's worth it. You know, most of the time when we collect these games, we don't play all of them. It's having them, and you never know when you're going to look at something and go, I need to do a video on it. Let's go for it. I also found this. This was kind of interesting. This is called Fly, and this is billed as Flight Sim of the Year. The enclosed game is Y2K compliant, however, Gathering makes no representation or warranty as to the Y2K compliance of any other hardware or software such as your computer. You should check with the manufacturer of such products to ensure that they are also Y2K compliant. So this was obviously made in 1999. I had never heard of this. This is Fly, the ultimate flight simulator for beginners to experts, Windows 95, 98, and NT. And this thing is really just kind of interesting. It's not Flight Simulator, but it looks like we're really close off to Flight Simulator, I'm going to guess, since I've never heard of it. It is from Terminal Reality, so it's not a completely unheard of developer. And it does include free Y2K diagnostic software, a $9.99 value. And there is actually legitimately in here, I can dig it out because we've got a bunch of stuff in here. Yes. Y2K diagnostic floppy disk. So there is legitimately a Y2K diagnostic in here, and it was included along with an extremely thick manual and a couple of pamphlets. Like, that manual is a good 3/4 plus inch thick. That's a good size manual. So this is something I would like to check out someday. I just do not right now have a bare metal system in that range. I'd have to do it in a virtual machine, which we could try, but I never had very good luck with that. 9X, 400 megs of hard disk space, 1.6 gigs for full installs. This was towards the end of the Windows 98 lifespan in 2000. 32 megabytes of physical RAM, 64 recommended, and a Pentium 200 MMX with a Pentium 2 333 recommended. So, and hardware accelerator strongly recommended, required on all Pentium machines. And it's not going to focus, is it? It is not going to focus at all. Nope, it is not going to focus. So that's a really interesting piece of software. Terminal Reality is one of those. It usually does pretty good. Sometimes it can just be a, what the heck were they thinking? And then this one is another one of the kind of edutainment things. This is Discoveries of the Deep, IBM CD-ROM. So it's kind of a weird edutainment thing, but again, it was 99 cents. So it's worth it. You don't see stuff like this very often anymore, and trying to find that on eBay, you're not going to pay shipping alone. It's going to be $8. Another thing that I picked up is the trilogy, all 3 of the Nintendo Switch Oddworld games. We have the Stranger's Wrath HD, we have Munch's Odyssey Limited Edition. I did not get the Stranger's Wrath Limited Edition. And then we have the New and Tasty Limited Edition. So that's pretty cool having all 3 of those. I was really happy to pick those up. I've never played the series. Okay, I've never played the series. I want to get into it, so that's a good start to it. Picked up 2 quickly becoming very expensive Mario Kart games. Double Dash I actually found for $40 locally at one of my used shops, and was super excited with it. I did not expect it to be complete, but it is actually complete with book, manual, all of that stuff in there. So I'm super happy with that. That was a really good value. And then Mario Kart Wii. Oh, Mario Kart Wii. So GameStop sells this for $54.99 pre-owned. My local shop sells this for $44.99 pre-owned. Nintendo sells this on their website directly for $39.99 brand new in stock. And eBay, this sells for around $24 to $25 shipped. So that market is all over the place, and I decided to go ahead and jump on it just because I want to not pay $55 for Mario Kart Wii. So Mario Kart Wii is another one in there that I want to make sure I get before prices go through the roof and I end up getting taken by whatever this crazy market is that we're in today. I did not pull it out, but I did get the Luigi's Mansion remake on 3DS. I found that brand new at GameStop for $40. eBay prices were $80 plus because they're discontinued, but I was still able to get that, so I did pick that one up recently as well. Mario Strikers Charged. Actually, this is another one that I'm not super a fan of, but prices are starting to go up. Like I said, I just saw the original Strikers for $60, and this one's in really nice shape. It sub 20, $16.99. It's gonna start going up. It's gonna start going up real soon, and it's not gonna stop. This is probably gonna be a $40 game by the end of next year, especially with the Wii being 2 generations old. That's gonna start going up. This is one of the ones that's kind of random. My used shop today had a bunch of Wii stuff that just came in, and it was all in pretty decent shape, and it was really kind of cheap. So I picked up Ghost Recon. It was not $11.99, it was actually $2.99, and I figured for $3 that this was probably going to be worth it. I don't know, we'll see, but for $3, you know, you can do a lot worse for $3. I'm trying to build the Wii, GameCube, DS collections while I can. GameCube's already gone through the roof, but anything I can find for it I'm trying to pick up while I can. Wii, DS, 3DS, I'm trying to pick up on collecting before it goes and hits. You get that Nintendo tax, where Nintendo stuff is just ridiculously expensive because it's Nintendo. I was surprised to find this for $3.99, the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remaster. I did not think that was that old. Doesn't have a copyright date on it. 2013, 2014. So So it's older than I thought, but that's still a really good price for that. So for $4, why not? That's a really good deal. And then you almost never see Vita and PSP anymore, so I try to pick those up whenever I can. We got Little Big Planet for the PSP. Its Greatest Hits, which I don't like. I always prefer to try to go original label, but that's alright. For $6, can't complain. We picked up Little Big Planet for the PSP. On my way out, I just happened to see Cool Borders 2001 on the shelf for $4, so I grabbed that as well. They do buy 5 get the 6 free, so you already have your 12, and then you just see one more. I'm like, why not? Where's my trash? And then I've also noticed, especially with the older Nintendo stuff, like I say, the Nintendo tax, Pokemon games have gone through the roof, as I was saying earlier. And they had the original Pokemon Sun for $15 with the original case. They had like 7 of them there. 6 of them did not have the original box. It was just reprinted artwork, but this one had original box, original instruction pamphlet thing. So I'm pretty happy with that. This is the kind of stuff that, like Pokemon especially, they get faked a lot. There's a lot of reproductions of these out, and it's almost impossible to find an actual authentic older Pokemon game. So when I can, I try to grab those. Because really, if you think about when was the last time you saw a copy of X and Y? I haven't seen a copy of X and Y in months, maybe if not a year or 2 years. So I just try to pick those up. Now this is a good one. Metroid Prime Federation Force. I did not pay that. This actually rang up at 90% off, so this was $3.99. So we have Federation Force for $4. As much as I want to keep it sealed, I don't. I never keep anything sealed. I always open them up, get scans of them so I have them in the archive, and then put them on the shelf for display in case I ever want to play them. But this again is also not very old. 2016, they actually still had copies of it left over. Impressive. $4 Metroid. I believe this was the second one. I want to say Marble Madness was the original. But for a while, these Marble games, Corvorinpa, or however you pronounce it, were really popular and really rare. So anytime I see these, I go ahead and make sure to pick them up. I'm pretty sure this was the second one. 2006, 2007? Maybe not. I don't know. But these One Chanbara are also ones that I want to grab. And it may not be One Chanbara, but we did also pick up Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop for the Wii, $3.99. Another pretty decent deal, I think, for what's a pretty major series. So I'm pretty happy with that. Really kind of picked over their Wii stuff, because really they haven't had Wii for quite a while. And the problem with Wii games is they're so ridiculously cheap, but on eBay they're so expensive and they're just not worth it. Like Conduit, it's worth $1. It's not worth whatever I would pay on eBay. Actually, let me go look. Okay, so on eBay, this is selling, not asking, but actually sold, $8 to $10 plus shipping. So for $1, even though it's not a great game, this is still a really good value. And then while I was there, I actually did not have Fallout 3 for 360. I had it for PlayStation. I did not have it for 360. So for $1, picked up Fallout 3. I was hesitant because I really don't like cases that don't close all the way. But this was the cheapest one that they had, and it was complete with the book. Dead Space 2. I don't have the Dead Space series. Believe it or not, I actually don't have the Dead Space series. Those have been on my list for a while. I need to get those. They had Dead Space Extraction. I thought I got it. Apparently I did not. That must not have had the book with it. I know Disney's Epic Mickey didn't have the book, so I didn't grab that. I must not have grabbed Extraction. that or I didn't want to spend the extra $6 on it. Either way, we did also pick up Halo 3. So I have the first 2 for the Xbox, work on getting these the rest of the way. The last real Halo game is defined by a lot of people. I don't really play Halo, but the aura and mystique of it is cool, and I've been kind of wanting to play a shooter, and I will probably boot that up and mess around with it a little bit on easy, because trust me, trying to put it just on the second difficulty setting and I get mowed over it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then another one that surprised me, Mass Effect 3 for $1. Mass Effect 3 for $1. So I have the trilogy for Xbox. I do not have the trilogy for PlayStation. First one, of course, was unavailable in the trilogy on PlayStation, but I still need to get 2 and 3. So we picked up Mass Effect 3 while we're at it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 20 games. And then the last thing, we found a platinum headset. And yes, that says 75% off. You pay $40. Now, I'm actually not planning on using this with my PlayStation 4. I actually plan on using this with my computer because, well, I love my Audio-Technica headset. I'm really tired of this cord and running over it and it getting caught on the desk. So we're going to try this and we're going to see just how it goes. So stay tuned for that video because we're going to see just what it takes to hook this up to a Windows 10 computer, if it's even doable. I've been told it is, but we'll find out when we get there. So that is what we got. I am working on cleaning and organizing the room so we can try to do a room tour at some point soon. Like I say, this puts us at 276 games, which is awesome. We're getting close to that 300 mark. So thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and the support, and we will see you next time.